starting any exercise program, always get cleared by a primary care doctor.
Hey there, Jeff over here with the Exercise Physiology Show. There's probably a little bit of feedback. There we go, now we're good. Whoa! Backing up. Good old times here in Minnesota when it's cold and snowy. That will happen. So the Physiology Show, we're going to talk about the physiology of the mind, physiology of the body, physiology of the spirit. Good morning. Here we go. It's a good day. It is 14 degrees. It is time to get started. Right? Today's show, what is today's show about? Well, it is mid-January. It is that time where you're deciding, oh man, now what? Now what do I do? Resolutions are over. Probably fell off already. All of the hype is gone from the beginning of the year. All of the motivation is probably gone. Then what? Right? Then what? Well, my recommendation is to find a runny buddy. And I'm not talking about running. I'm not talking about, right, it's 14 degrees. I wouldn't run in 14 degrees. You can go to the gym and run, but find a runny buddy. What is a runny buddy? It is a person that is exactly where you're at, maybe a little bit ahead, maybe a little bit behind, but will always, who will commit to you as much as you will commit to them to keep you going, and you have to keep you going because that's how it works. At the end of the day, you have to keep you going. But a running buddy will help you. You run alongside with them, and they will always be there. You will always be there for them. They will always be there for you. It's nothing that you have to make public if you don't want to be. A lot of times a public running buddy is not the best because then you have to, you get in their head and then they start to, you publicize them. But a running buddy helps you and them at the same time. It's the days where, oh man, all right, I don't want to do this, but I know the other person, your running buddy, is there. And they're counting on you to be there as much as you're counting on them to be there. So that's a pretty powerful person. It's a pretty powerful pact that you make with this person. And on the days that you want to give up, they're awesome and rocking and doing, and then it inspires you to keep going. And then you get yourself motivated to get moving. Then your running buddy has their bad day, and you inspire them to keep moving and get moving. And then they do. So running buddies are awesome, right? But they can't be, here's what you probably wouldn't want them to be. You wouldn't want them to be so far ahead in their journey that it would feel like, they are really, where you're at doesn't feel good, right? Where you're like, well, you've got so much figured out already. Oof, right? So a running buddy is somebody who's right along with you, like where they're at in their journey. And then that really helps you for accountability, for not making you feel like, oh man, I'm never going to be right there. I'm never going to be at that point. Because you have a person who knows the exact struggle you're in at that exact moment. And then your self-worth goes up because you're both feeling it going, oh yeah, we got this. So a runny buddy is a big deal. It is a very big deal. I have a few runny buddies for different spots. They may not know it, but I have a business runny buddy. I have a fitness runny buddy. I have a spiritual runny buddy. They can know it or not, right? You can let them know, hey, you're my runny buddy. But like my business runny buddy is I'd say it, and she wouldn't mind a bit, is Lisa Ruth. She rocks, right? I mean, she is just, I keep up with her, she keeps up with me, and that's how it works. Like, you need a little bit of support, you need a little bit of guidance, but that's how it works. But as far as fitness and health and wellness runny buddy, I have a lot of them actually. Like, one that I can think of would be like Bob Harper. They can be celebrities, right? I mean, I follow a lot of what he does. I don't necessarily support The Biggest Loser, but Bob Harper is he's pretty good for inspiration. He's good for motivation. As far as spiritual side, daily journals. My running buddy is my spiritual self. I look for outside external resources. There's so many spiritual resources, and I'm not talking spiritual and religion. I'm talking just spiritual health, spiritual self itself can be whatever you want it to be. And I think those two topics, spirit and religion, spiritual health and religion, get mixed a lot. So spiritual health, I would say, is what you want it to be. That's like self-meditation, that is self-preservation, self-worth, everything to do with you inside, right? Everything to do with your inner you. And it doesn't have to be universe or God or Allah or anything. I mean, that is just spiritual health. Now, religion has to do with who you believe that you go to, right? My go-to is God. That's my spiritual, that is my religion. That is my belief. But what I know for spiritual health, I know that there's a difference with myself when I have healthy, practiced spiritual health. So runny buddies, right? Today I challenge you to find a runny buddy. And it doesn't even have to be like Bob Harper, right? I mean, he doesn't know he's my runny buddy. He doesn't even know who I am. And that's okay, right? But that's the deal. Find somebody, I would recommend right away, find somebody who is actually, somebody who's going to talk to you, somebody who's going to, you guys are going to hold each other accountable. And that's a big deal. I can do that for you if you would like me to, but that is something that you really have to commit to. I will hold you to every day. I will hold you to everything that you say. And as soon as you want to quit, I will not pull you back. If you want to quit, you're going to quit. That is your deal. I will be a runny buddy for whoever wants me to be. But you need to hold up to your own standards. And as soon as you set those standards, I hold you to those standards. And if you quit, that's what it is. I'm not in the convincing business anymore. I don't convince you to do anything. You have to start it. You have to go first. You have to want it more than I do, because I cannot want your health more than you. So find a runny buddy that will give you what you need to do. They will give you what you need and give you what you want, but you have to be willing to give that back in return. That is a big deal. A Runny buddy cannot be a one-way street. There's so many advantages to having a Runny buddy. But you have to be willing to give what you receive. So there it is. That is the show today. I appreciate everybody who would ever even think about listening to what I even have to say. There's a lot of days where I'm feeling good. So check it out, right? I mean, check out, practice what you preach, and it will follow. So jedcoburness.com, right? Aspirations of, actually it's intentions, it's planning, it's everything's kind of fallen in place where YGT Fitness is going to have a physical location. I will own that gym. The gym is already being built and manifested, and I just got to walk through that door. So if you want the virtual side of YGT Fitness, check out the story of what it is at jedcoburness.com/YGT-fitness. 60 free workouts. I have it all figured out for 60 workouts, right? Beginning to end. There is no end after 60. You just got to figure out what works for you. So that's at jedcoburness.com/60 free wads. Give that a shot. I appreciate you for even just making it this far, for being who you are. And as always, if you're willing to change from the neck up, you will change from the neck down. I believe in you. Now it's your turn. Have a great day. Bye.